Hey everybody, it's Vicki Ross, and I don't know how I'm up to my table here, but I am. Let's wait till I get this. There it is. Ah, hi. Hello. Anybody out there? Okay, we're on mute. Alright. What I'm going to play with today, well, I know I had a brush. I swear to God, this is a mess. Well, you'll have to get another brush. That'll work. Yeah. Talking to myself. The hell is that? Oh, that's the end. I just found this. That must be the new one I just bought at Hobby Lobby. Chinese painting. I love that red in there. Let's use that. That'll be fun. Alright, here's what we're going to do. The Architecture's line by 7 Gypsies at Canvas Corp is a very thin die cut printable, not printable. It's got a design on it, and you can paint your designs to match whatever you want it to be. So what I'm going to do is test. I've got 16 points, and I'm going to see if I can come up with 16 different media to put on this to test it and see what works and what doesn't. Okay, and then I'm going to take it not that one. I'm going to take it and mount it in one of the Architecture's journals. This one is, this looks like 12 by 12. I love these journals. Look at this paper. So I'm going to take my son and mount it right there. So anyway, just playing. Look at the inside cover. Isn't that cool? And the paper is, I don't know, maybe 70-80 pound. It's a little bit heavier than copy paper. Not quite a cardstock, but I've used it and it's taken water media really well. So anyway, that's my plan. So I'm going to take this out. Another thing that I love, and I've been doing this for a while, is I use the packaging as printed paper for collaging. And they've printed that pretty much to allow that. Okay, here we go. I save these little bags, and if I get a stencil that's really detailed and intricate, I'll put a plastic hanging hook on the bag and put the stencil in the bag, and then I can hang on the rack with all the rest of mine and not get torn up. This is mounted on a clear piece of plastic. These are adhesive, but it's best to use some matte medium to get some extra hold. It's okay. I'm gonna have to have something I can see through. Alright, the very first one on my list is watercolor, and I'm gonna paint it right there. And since it's a sun, and since these colors were out anyway, Okay, can you see that? It's beating up just a little. I'm going to do the point and the in-between. You don't have to stay in the lines very much, because this is die cut. Except all those little things are die cut. It is beating up some. Whoops, my head's in the way. In fact, it's beating up a lot. So, this is an experiment, remember. I'm going to wipe that off. And I'm going to take a sand it. These are cool tools, and I'm going to very lightly get my head out of the way. See if I can rough that up just a little. Can you see this? Beating up a little bit. So the sanding didn't seem to help it. Let's try. Let's try a little bit of matte medium. And y'all know that I don't use my regular brushes. In fact, I think I'll just put some on my finger. I love almost empty bottles. You know why? Because it reminds me that I've been using it. Okay, there's a little bit of matte medium. I'm going to dry it. Just a little. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit, since this is small. Okay, here we go again. Big difference. Okay, that worked. No beating. Remember, the watercolor stays workable, so you can always come in and get most of this off, although the matte medium will affect that just a little. So let's go with I'm just using colors that look like they would work. So we're not into this for this is a use what you've got video. Moves good. Y'all feel free to watch TV or work on something of your own. All I'm doing right here is putting some dark to light colors in here. That orange is awfully pretty. That happens to be Permanent Yellow Deep. Okay, we're going to call that done for watercolor. You know what? I'm not going to dry it because you get better color if you, better movement of the color. Not too shabby. Oh, pencil's not going to work right now. Yellow is also transparent, so whatever you put under this is going to show. I'm going to bring that on down. That's really pretty. Pretty colors. A little bit darker at the bottom. There. Now I can close this little baby up. It's been sitting there open for a long time. So we have watercolor. And next up we have gouache. First I'm going to try it without the matte medium. I'm using it straight out of the tube. This is M-gram gouache, so it is artist quality. It's a different consistency. This is called heavy body watercolor or water media. And I worked with it seriously last week, and I think I've fallen in love. It because of its opaque nature and fairly slow drying time, I'm able to use it like oil without the mess of oil. So even though I've got all the boxes and stuff to paint outside with oil and pastel and watercolor for that matter, this would be so much easier. That did not beat up. That's the gouache right here. So let's do some raw sienna. Raw sienna, for those of you who don't want to know, I'm going to teach you anyway. Raw sienna is real similar in color to yellow ochre. And the major difference is yellow ochre is opaque and burnt sienna is transparent. Now, using gouache straight from the tube like this won't give me any transparency because it's full strength, but if you want to, you can use this about like watercolor. You can glaze with it. Gamboge might work. Gamboge is kind of an orangey yellow. I can't seem to get enough of that out. I've had these a long time. And because they're water soluble, they'll stay good. Oops, now we're getting a little bit of beading. And that may be because I have some water on my brush. Okay, take some of that water out. They can't see you, Vicki. Okay, to get water out of a brush, just squeeze it. Okay. There's gouache. Let's do aqua gouache. And that is at the very end, so I'm going to go backwards just a little bit. This is by Holbein, and it is a gouache that dries as an acrylic. Not sure how I like that, but I guess I don't really have to like it, do I? But I got a starter set just so I would know what it was like. So this will be permanent. In other words, this gouache I can go back in with a wet brush and keep using it. And this will dry like acrylic. Trying to keep my eye out of it, my head out of it, but I've got these bifocals that I guess I could take them off. I really just need them for distance, but they sure do muck up my close. There. Nope, that doesn't help. I've gotten used to them. Okay, that grabs on really nice. I'm gonna have to mix. I've got 42,000 mixing things, and where are they when I need them? They're gone. Oh well, it'll be okay. I need an orangey color. And to make it orangey, 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 a little more orangey. Just a dab of blue will cool this down and make us a nice gold color. See? Elementary color mixing. When I teach, I usually have people just start with a limited number of colors first, so they can kind of get a feel for too much water. My peeps aren't coming in, but it kind of helps if you let people know when you're going to do it, but I never know until I turn the camera on. That's okay, because if you're watching this on YouTube later, you'll see it. And I can give you all of my attention. So I'm going to mark number 16 so I won't forget. And there's 2. The next is Tattered Angel Spray. You see my goodie box? Come on, come on. Are we filming or are we not? There it is. My goodie box. Those are my sprays. I'm going to have to do matte medium again because these are watered. Trying to find anything in a warm that many warm colors. I need to pick some up tomorrow. Green, don't have no orange. So what we're going to do is go with my best red colors chalkboard, that'll work. And I still don't have a yellow, so making sure I haven't missed something. Sun Sisters might show as gold. Okay. Put this back down here where it lives. Doesn't want to go back in there where it lives. Here, I'll use the bottom of this while mixing. Downton Abbey, shake a bell. Urban legend has it that keeps the glimmer out of the pipe, but you're going to put glimmer in the pipe anyway when you spray it, so not sure how much good that does. A little bit of matte medium. And I don't want to get it on that one. Doesn't matter if you get outside because that's die cut, so that anything outside will be left on the plastic sheet. Whoops, I was shaking. Gotta wait till it dries, goose. Wait till it dries. It doesn't stop you from spraying it. Okay, that's kind of yellow. Real pale yellow. That's a little more yellow. These are so subtle. Oh, green. Okay, we'll see. Come along with me. Every time I sit down to do something like either teaching or doing a video, my nose starts running. What is up with that? While that dries, I'm going to see why this bucket won't go back. Oh, because the Magic Clean eraser box is in the back. Okay, next one. Oh, I said Tattered Angels already. Live videos are so much fun, whether I have anybody there or not, because I don't have to spend 3 or 4 hours editing in Final Cut Pro. And you can see it real time rather than me deciding what's important and what's not. Like if this was an edited film, I would definitely not be fanning it or drying it. Whoops. Got to do something about this office. I don't imagine these can take real extreme heat. So I was just trying to I gotta see about, that's the green one, right? Right. Now if I add red to that, it'll be gray, but I want it to be more brown. The chalkboard is opaque, more opaque, and it has no glimmer in it. I've got a good brown there. Pretty good. Ooh, okay. I'm going to put that right here in the middle while I've got it. So for a very subtle look, mist will work on top of matte medium. And I'm just dabbing the pigment in there. I'm not trying to move it very much. Ooh. Watch it move. If I had a yellow, hint hint, and I'm almost out of this, and it is gold. Maybe I can remember that for tomorrow. I go to Canvas Corp every Tuesday and hang out with Shannon Green and her Tuesday groups. So if you're ever anywhere close to Northwest Arkansas, Tuesdays, mark it on your calendar. It's a free play day, and you come in and work on whatever you want. I've got to do this gold is very faint, and it's not going to come out because it's too empty. Wish somebody would come on I could talk to so I don't start singing. That's not a pretty sight. Okay, that's enough of that. Stick the brush in. There we go. It's always a good idea with water media to wait until the adjoining area is dry. Patience is not my strong suit. Okay, that's about all I can do with that. Put these up. The next one is Glimmer Glam or Glimmer Mist, or no, Glimmer Mist is the one we just did. Okay, I'm done with the acrylic, so I can put that out of the way. I mean the gouache, sorry. This is Glimmer Glaze. There's a gold, saffron, satchel, desert sun. So that'll work right there. That'll work. Are we dry yet? I'm gonna hit that for just a second. Gotta get a drink of water. Water. This is an acrylic. This has an acrylic polymer in it, and it dries almost a little three-dimensional, which is cool. And I want to get all that goodie out of there. And I'm shaking this because it doesn't have a mister in it. Okay, this one is Desert Sun, and these come with the cool, see what I forgot? I forgot to paint the little rays. No beating up at all. It's because of the viscosity of this paint. I do need my gold out again. This is saffron. I think at one time I put a BB in here, but I don't hear it. That orange too. Is there an orange? Orange. Adobe. Aha! Carrot. If I burp out loud, just forgive me. We did saffron, didn't we? Satchel. I think I like that orangey color. What'd you do with it? No, I want the saffron color back up there. Kind of make do with what you've got. Just kind of flooded it. That's great. Okay, again, that is Glimmer Glaze. This is a Tattered Angels, and the colors are warm. How about that? Okay, wait for it. Next is Pastel. And I've got my pen pastels out. Can you believe I couldn't find my little tool? But since I'm not seriously working, I mean, you know, like really doing a pastel, you clean these little soft tips off by just putting them on a paper towel. In this pitiful professional pastel studio, and you can't find your soft tools. Who's going to come organize my studio? It's grab and hold very good because it's dry medium. You see that? Nice. Come on, let's show it. There it is. Flag time. Now go in the bottom with a ochre color. Pan pastels were introduced at a pastel trade show 5-6 years ago, and of course I had to have them, and I did make good use of them. But then they started showing up in mixed media. I'm going, wait, those are professional quality. That's why they're so expensive. And the way the colors are designed, you have 4 tints and shades of a master color. So ultramarine blue, you'll have 4 different shades, and that's the light dark part. And from those 4, you can mix a little of 1 and 2 and get a 4th or 5th color. So that's how they're designed to be used, and basically split primary, which means a warm and cool of each color. Okay. Pretty good. Okay, and put that up. We are making progress. There's that other brush. Stop to pick some up. Next, we have watercolor markers. I have those right here beside me, except I can't get to them. I need willow. There's an orangey color. Orangey. There's another orangey. And kind of an ochre color. Okay, that's about as good as it's going to get. It's going on pretty good. I don't have any alcohol markers. God, this is about the only thing I don't have in here. Okay. Well, that did a whole lot of nothing. There. Beating up just a little bit there. But not as bad as the watercolor. It's kind of an orangey. Dude, yeah, that works good. This is a paint stick. I don't have a brown in that one. That's purple. I think those change color. Okay, get back to business. Okay, so there's, like it or not, that's the markers. I wonder, no, I don't. Oh, I just thought of something else. We're gonna do, what did you just think? Come on. It's almost there. Come on, come on. Neil color. Okay, the next one is Deco Art Mist. Okay. These mists are different than Canvas Corp's. Whoops, I can put these up. Okay, there's a yellow. Wait. Orange. We need a brownish color. Yellow, primary yellow. That'll work. These dry acrylic. Oh God, there goes everything behind me. Again, I'm going to paint these straight out of the bottle. These are by Deco Art. Ooh, that was a big old honking drip right there. Looks like they're getting a little bit thick. Again, the acrylic takes to it without a whole lot of problem. Thinking, scary proposition. Cyan. Let's see. Very strong. Just trying to make something sort of browny, but it's kind of ready. A little yellow. That ought to do it. Yep, it's beating up. The other thing that's kind of cool here is that the pieces, the way this is designed, almost create a dam. Yeah, dam. I said dam. And that was a spot of orange that just went down on my foot. This, like any other art, is push and pull. By that I mean you just keep doing it. If you need to take it off, you take it off. You do it again. That'll probably end up being one of the prettiest, the way those colors mix. My dam broke. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it. Okie doke. That was Deco Mist. Colored pencil. I've got them right here. Okay, you can put that up. I've at least got to have a spot for my feet. Okay, there's yellow. There's orange. And there's kind of a, whoops, it's kind of an orange. Let's go with that. I'm using my Crazy Art pencils. I have some Prismacolors, but I wanted to see if we could make these work. I think the answer is going to be no. Let me try the Prisma. Isn't the best. I am getting it to go on there though. Just not enough pigment coming off of these. And not any tooth in the plastic. Sorry, cheapies. I think I need to sharpen my pencils. No, what makes you think that? There you have it. That was colored pencil. Colored pencil. I have Deco Art acrylic on here. Let's see, what else did I chalk pastel? Real chalk. Alrighty, this is Deco Art Traditions. This is their artist quality acrylic, and I have to say that it's very nice. It uses the chemical names instead of Bright Sun Yellow. It uses Hansa Yellow, which is the chemist's name for this pigment. Look how creamy. And we have raw sienna, which we used one of our other colors. And of course, being regular acrylic, they're not bubbling up at all because these have very little water in them. If I had to choose one acrylic paint, and that was all I could have, I would choose this for basic acrylics. Because I can mix with these. This piece in the center here is a translucent plastic, so it takes the paint a little differently. Don't want that there. I don't want you there. Ooh, we have a dam. Put some more of this yellow. Right up in here. And it will look different because it's on that clear. I'll bring that down in here just a little. And there you have decor. Okay, what's the next one? Deco Pebeo. Pebeo. These are the Pebeo Studio acrylics, and they're iridescent, and that means that they've got one or sometimes two different colors. Iridescent red, blue. So this one does have two different colors. It's awfully pink, but we're gonna make it work. I'm gonna use this for my yellow. I've forgotten twice now to do my little sun rays. Y'all are messing me up. You're not helping me. Hey, Rosemary. Glad somebody saw that I was alive. What I'm doing here is trying every medium I can come up with to test on this Architectures piece, and that beat it up. So let's get rid of some water. Boy, did it. Yeah, my brush was too wet. Click, click. Can you hear me, Rosemary? Looking for orange. Not bad. And that copper color does not want to stay down. Okay, I've got my brush dried. Now if this happens, you can either put matte medium down first, or you can let it dry a little bit and then come back in on top of it. That's a pretty color right there now. Take gold, touch that up right there. So this didn't stay down or take to the plastic near like the Deco Art straight acrylic did. Different formulations. Okay, put the Pebeo up. Get the yellow Deco Art back. And I need the colored pencil yellow back. Next, have to pull it up to read it. Rosemary, I'm hoping it'll be in this afternoon, but it was holiday week, so they lost a day. They were making every effort to get it to us, so I'm thinking that tomorrow on the Tuesday free play day, we'll wait till next Tuesday. I haven't heard from Shannon. I'm going to leave that alone because it's doing its own thing. Alright, so there's the Pebeo. Encaustic, maybe, maybe not. I did the Air Chalk Neocolor. Let's do Neocolor. Wait, you got to do them in order. I'm not going to heat up the encaustic for that. Okay, so that's out. Acrylic gouache, air spray. I'm not going to do air spray either. Well, I might. I could do that in the middle. Alright, let's do Neocolor. I inherited this set from a friend of mine who was breaking up her studio, and her studio was more well stocked than mine. But I learned a lot from her, and when she downsized, she gave me a lot of stuff, and I paid bargain basement prices for others. So that's where I got my Neocolors. Not working great, but it is working. It needs a little more texture, tooth in the plastic. And then I have the bigger set. These are water soluble for anybody that hasn't used them. Similar to gelatos. Okay, there's Neocolor. Next, this is a funny one. These are regular driveway chalks that a friend gave me as a joke, and I was going to use them and actually do a painting with them just for fun to prove that I could. The difference in these and in the professional chalks, pastels we used earlier, is that these are calcium carbonate with some kind of a dye in them. Real pastels, artist quality pastels, have real pigment. But you use what you got. They're very crumbly, but they're working. Brown, that's my choice. That's not very brown. Let's pop a little green on there and see what we can get. No ochre color. So let's just go to this darker yellow. Oh wait, look at there. Looky there, looky there. There's sort of a, here's a good color. There's 4 trays. Let's use this color just to be different. Alrighty. And that is chalks for the driveway. Whoops, lid. What have I got next? I did chalk, I did nail color. I've got 3 more spots. Do we want to try oil? Why not? Don't laugh at my oil palette. Well, that didn't work. I have it on this lucite, and then it goes into a, see, there goes my nose. Goes into a welder's tube, and it's stored in my freezer outside. But it was time for a paint change, so I just left it out and let it dry. Yellows are always the last to dry out. Okay. Ha! Found some. My problem is I love every media that I've tried. I'm gonna put that in the middle. And as expected, the oil likes it. Sniffle, sniffle. Rosemary, you coming up tomorrow? Or over the mountain? This would work better if I used a brush. But who wants to do that? Okay, now we have oil. Better write that down. Nail color chalk. And then oil. Got 2 more slots left. Let me go put this up. And put this up. Put that right there. I know. Let's go alcohol markers. Alcohol ink. Got it right here. Now if you move this back over in the screen and that there, working bummer. This is Pinata. What am I going to do? I'm going to put a little right here. And that goes right here. Ooh, that works great. Woohoo! This pen is, or water brush, is the alcohol blending solution in it, except it's empty. That stuff evaporates real good. But it works if you're doing it a lot. That's nice. It worked. Okay, now they need... Oh, let's see. Terracotta, burro brown, and again it's a Pinata. Put it right here. This is really nice. Orange. Red pepper. Chili pepper. Orange. Wow, I'm impressed with that. Now let's go back to yellow, and I'm going to grab it. Oh, this is a rainbow ink. Live Dangerously. Well, alcohol ink works beautifully. I'm glad I thought of that. Thanks, Rosemary. Put that up. My studio is so tight. Everything has a place. And if anything is out of place, the whole thing stops. and it gets worse the more I bring in. All right, we've got one more. One more medium. I'm thinking. Hang on, guys. You know what? What? Well, I guess that was a wood. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I just saw my hot pot, and I can warm up just enough. And caustic. And here's an encaustic brush. And it's on. These are RNF pigment sticks. And I make my own as well, but I don't see any of mine own. Yeah, there's one. Here's one of mine. Let's see, I need this one. I need an orange. I have to make one. There's a brown, but I'm going to use this little bronze one. Okay. I had a little red on there, didn't I? Oh, that'll make my orange. Okay, there's our yellow. Oh, I forgot the brushes are beeswax brushes. Have to be melted too. Come on, baby. It may melt the plastic, so stand by. It may not work at all. There we go. Encaustic is really easy to work with. It's made of beeswax and resin. I like resin that comes from a tree. It's like an 8-to-1 consistency. Mostly beeswax. But what the resin does is it allows it to harden, and it's very, very, very permanent. It's one of the earliest art forms in the world. In fact, the Vikings used beeswax on their boats to paint scary images of gods and Thor and all that kind of stuff to scare their enemies. And when they tinted it, I don't know who's the first one that put resin in it. We're going to say it's the Vikings. How about that? Their boats were waterproof and scary. And then I think the next widely known use was for the Fayum mummies. And they used to, okay, now I need some of this. In ancient Egypt, the wealthy people had their image painted on canvas that was put on a sarcophagus, or whatever you call the little tomb things they make. And the picture of the person had oversized eyes. Whoops. To scare away the demons. And it would sit in their living room, this, what do you call it? Not coffin. Oh well. It would sit in the corner of their living room as a status symbol. I don't think I have an orange, so we'll just make one. And as generations went by, relatives didn't want that dead relative sitting in their living room anymore, so they just threw them out in the desert. Well, what happened was, as they got covered by sand, and it's such a dry, it's a dry heat in Egypt. Anyway, those were preserved. And it is awesome that they used encaustic back then, because they didn't have hot pots. I'm having to work real fast because the minute I pick this brush up off the hot plate, it's already beginning to harden. In real encaustic work, you would have your support, your thing that you're painting on, also heated. But for obvious reasons, we can't do that here with this plastic. And if you're interested in seeing any of my encaustic work, go to www.vickyrossart.com, and it's got links to my Fine Art America page. And there's a gallery in there called Encaustic. Now, we did an encaustic one. Ta-da! Okay, that's done. Now we have the inside. Unplug my pot. Oops. My favorite is the alcohol ink. And that's just going to have to sit there until it cools a little bit. Actually, the Glimmer Mist worked good too. I'm going to use Glimmer Mist, I decided. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do a high impact. I know I had that on there. There it is. High impact. Okay, so we're going to do high impact in the middle. Yes, we're still alive, Vicki. Okay, so high impact is rose gold. High impact is a paint that by Canvas Corp, by Tattered Angels, and it is impervious to anything you want to put it on, like if you want to decorate a table or something like that. This is craft, and I know from experience that's not very dark. What do we got? What do we got? Silver, green, I may have to aha, black. No, yeah, that'll work. Okay, I got some people joining us now. Hey, dances with pit bulls. That's cute. I've got a visual. This is Tattered Angels residue. So if I clean that off, what we're doing is, guys, new guys, is I'm playing with the new Architectures line, 7 Gypsies, which is Canvas Corp company. And these are die cut and paintable, and they're adhesive on the back, and pretty remarkable. So what I'm doing is testing. I lost my little brush I was using. Not surprising. But here's the one I was using earlier and lost. Too many projects going on at the same time. Water. Don't dip it in a caustic. Ooh, my water's a nice green color now. Look. I take pleasure in the smallest things. Okay, there's black, and I don't want it to be as black. So here's a craft that might work a little better. I'm going to put some of that over here because all I want to do is lighten that a bit. And I better work fast since I thinned that down. Yeah, that's about right. I'm going to paint the eyes. And I'm going to get some of the straight black. Oops, I don't want to do black on the face. I want to do, I may not do that either. Ah, can't get it. Just want a little bit of red. Who's looking now? Yeah, Canvas Corp has some awesome products. Oh, hey, Rebecca. Now, you think I'm going to remember that? Thank you for the compliment. My memory is not good. Okay, I want a dark red for the upper lip. And I want a brighter red for the lower lip. You can use high impact on lots of different things, including kitchen cabinet hardware. You know, things you wouldn't think of. I got too much water in that. I'm getting a little bit of beading. Come on, I don't want any beading. Let's give him green eyes. Ooh, this is Glimmer Glam. It's in the wrong bucket, but we're going to use it anyway. These Glimmer products from Tattered Angels Mist to Glimmer Glams and chalkboards, it all has to do with the formula. Some have glitter in them and some don't. They're all yummylicious. I'm reaching my ADD limit when I start just doing anything to make it work. The glam is transparent. Use a little bit of white. I'm getting quiet. Just for grins. My water's getting dirty. It means it's time for me to quit. I see the chat moving. I just accidentally got some black, but that's okay because black's not a good shading color, but hey, we're not painting the Mona Lisa here, are we? Okay, let me let that set up for a minute. And I want a little bit of this green. You may be wondering, why is she using green? Because green underneath flesh colors gives a great color value. It's cool, so it looks like everything is turning away from us. Does that make sense? Ooh, I forgot. Rose gold. Who's there? Knock, knock, who's there? Hey, Joanne. Hey, MWB. I should know your name, but I don't. Architecture canvas is a plastic. Let me show you. It's a plastic doodad. Let me get it into the right camera. And they're die cut, so you can paint them. And what I've done here is I've used 16 different mediums to paint each one of the pointy thingies. And then I'm going to take this off the plastic and I'm going to glue it down in a journal. They're self-adhesive and you can buy them at Michael's and lots of other stores on the East Coast. I think Scrapbook Central may have, Scrapbook, yeah, don't get me lying, I don't work in sales. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of these and they're great. So look online. I'll put a link in the comments. When this goes to YouTube, the comments will be lost that y'all are making. So this is just a big experiment. And there are some great ones. There's some theme ones called Porch or In the Woods, or you know, some real neat packages that have several different things in them, and lots of these. There's some ceiling tiles that are awesome. This is rose gold just because I love rose gold. These are thin, so they don't take up room in your journals. This is a patented technology. Well, that didn't stir up very good. Didn't shake up. That's better. This that I'm using now is high impact paint. And it's formulated to paint anything like hardware on a cabinet door. It's not a typical acrylic paint. Let's see, we want that right here. I can't help it, you guys. I gotta paint a realistic face. I've put one on there in encaustic. Rosemary, thanks for helping out, because as you know, it's hard to paint and keep up with the chat too. Got chocolate milk for paint up here, I mean for water. One more little touch of black. Cute. These are brand new. They just came out in January. I think I'm gonna stop there before I ruin her. I can't help it. I gotta do some more diddling. This is just orange. Takes two people to paint, one to do the painting and the other one to tell them when to quit. Did I hear that? Quit! Quit! Okay. That's cute! Look at that, how cute. Let me see who else is on there. I'm just being silly now. Thanks. Let's see. Dances with Pit Bulls. Rebecca. Is that right? Rebecca, yes. Thank you. Thanks, Rosemary. Now I'll show you again what I'm going to do. If I talk to everybody that's here, Joanne, I think so. Also part of this line is a group of journals. And I'm going to move Mrs. Sun before I put something down on her. Put it right there. A line of journals and ledgers, faux leather on the outside, elastic strap. Wait till you see the inside of this book. Look at that. Is that not glorious? All the pages in this particular book are the same, or close to it. They're all ledger pages. Look at these inside covers. Isn't that gorgeous? I just about tipped that sludge water. It's got a bunch of pages, and they're heavier than copy paper, and I've been working on one of the smaller ones, and I really like the way paper behaves. I've used colored pencil, gouache, watercolor, and it takes all of those really well. I'm moving the roll of vellum that I took home Saturday from Canvas Corp. That's on my playlist. Okie dokie. Now, how long have I been on? I don't guess it matters. Oh, here's another one. I just found it. It was laying over to the side. Every one of these little tendrils is die cut. So you can paint these and then put them in your book. They're just so cool. Stuff like this, dress forms, clock faces, architectural patterns. See, here's a little corner borders. If you can't find them at your local store, then you can order them direct from Canvas Corp. Cool, huh? Now, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to let that cure. Let me put these paints up. To do that. What I'm going to do next, and I don't think y'all really need to see it, I'm going to use my Dino labeler, and I'm going to have a label for each one of these points for what I used, and then put those to the outside of the journal page. The alcohol ink worked really great. That's right here. This is oil. One of them's encaustic. I guess that one. No, here it is. So you see why I have to label them. So we did a little bit of everything on that. 16 different media. So I think I'm gonna quit, guys. I will show a picture of the final page, and that's all I've got today. Anybody else have any questions? CanvasCorp.com. Hi, Beth. Yeah, Beth, those books are great. Jelly plate's a cool idea. Let me go get the book that I've been working on. Coming back. Here it is. Look at this size, and it's stitched, and it has a real heavy cardstock craft paper cover. Look at this paper. Isn't that neat? Oops, upside down. I've already got paint all over it, of course. So, and I've also got it upside down now. Okay, here's watercolor with a little bit of gouache for my whites. That turned out pretty good. I forgot to paint the stem. This one I think turned out really good. This is watercolor. I like that one. That doesn't read right. It's actually a leaf underneath that. It reads like a stem that got cut off. Oh well. And this is colored pencil. Worked pretty good for a paper that doesn't have any tooth on it. And this one is a work in progress. That's colored pencil. And I know now why I don't like colored pencil so much, just because it's slow. But we're getting there. This one is almost failed. This is watercolor and gouache. And this one turned out beautiful. This is all gouache, and I have a new favorite medium. It feels like oil. It's just satin when you work with it. And because it's opaque, you can keep working it over and over and over. I could go back in on this and continue working on it. So anyway, that's all I've got in that little book. I'm the guinea pig at Canvas Corp. I'm not good for anything that has to do with deadlines or stuff like that, so I'm the guinea pig. Maybe mascot, that's also good. Okay. What did I delete? I didn't mean to delete. Okay. Good. Yeah, jelly plate's great. Okay, I think I've caught everybody. Thanks so much. I appreciate y'all dropping in. I'm going to kick off. So there we go. Bye. See you next time.